back on. We're back. That was odd. Never happened before. We're having technical challenges. All right, folks, we are back.
204.
That's 10 on 2.
Can you follow in with 60, with 203 to 61 Orchard? We got a second call. Both parties are back on scene. Going at it again.
The registry's still there.
Alright, 10 to 5.
3 receiver. Receive.
The state registry's down.
Okay. Folks, sorry about that. We're having minor. This is out of nowhere. Minor technical glitch. We are back. The state registry is down, and we just had a small glitch as well. So that's all right. Thank you, everybody. We are back. Should be solid. It's just one of those things. Yes, thank you, Roberta. Folks, again, it wasn't only us. Even the state registry is down. So it's just one of those things. Sorry about that, everybody.
Also. Yeah, direct.
All right, folks, right now it's 7:51. You're watching Cranston PD Live. We had a small glitch, but we are back. We are right now with Sergeant Carvesi on Cranston Street. Sergeant, how's the week been in general?
Yeah, it's been picking up. It's definitely been picking up as the weather gets nicer. Like you said earlier, you tend to see more calls for service, more people out and about, which also leads to more accidents on, when there's more motorists on the roadway.
Yep.
So it's definitely been getting a lot busier, and this is, it's not out of the ordinary. It happens every year as it gets nicer.
You know what I want to, and again, folks, I just want to ask the sergeant about. I've noticed there seems to be an uptick in these kids that they think it's fun and games, but they have those airsoft guns.
Yes.
And there seem to be a number of different calls. People, they think that they are seeing someone with a weapon, but it turns out it's not a weapon.
Yeah, it's the DMV's back. That's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, those devices, especially when they're manipulated, most of the times they'll come with the orange cap on the front, so you can, delineate if it's real or fake. Unfortunately, kids are either spray painting them black or what have you, or cutting off that tip. So it's definitely the kids may not understand, but they put themselves in so much risk of danger.
Yes.
With those types of weapons, those toys, if you will, they can be used as a weapon.
And kids have to be careful, and parents even. It's a matter of time for someone. If you're a member of law enforcement, whoever, they look like a real gun.
It could be a really scary situation.
Yeah.
That's 10 results.
All right, folks. Again.
I just saw it came back. So.
Folks, again, you're watching Cranston PD Live. It is Friday night. We have, remember, you can type in someone's name. It should notify them. You can also share it. I apologize. We had a small glitch. The sergeant and I have been ready all week for this, and then through no fault of our own, suddenly there's some glitches. But, folks, we are good to go, and we're going to see what's going to happen this evening. We are riding with Sergeant Carvesi, Cranston Police Department. actually a pleasant night, spring night. It's not warm, but it's dry. And we'll see where the night brings us. Right now, approaching the Cranston Street area. Good evening, one and all. My goodness, folks, never a dull moment. Sergeant and I were gearing up like we had a game tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now again, just to recap, that was earlier. So the stolen car hit one of the flock cameras, and then we got word that it was headed towards Route 10 and Reservoir Avenue.
Yep.
Yeah. So it sounds like we may have missed it by seconds.
It was within 30 seconds,
Wow.
so it's very accurate. It's
Yeah.
a great tool. It's just sometimes you got to be at the right area at the right time.
Yep. And if that had happened, we would have pulled them over and seen exactly what was going on with the operator.
So what we would have done actually is what's considered a high-risk stop, because it's a stolen vehicle.
Yep.
We would have did a high-risk stop, which is when we pulled the person out at gunpoint. We would have had a few more officers with us. I would have tried to stop it in a tactical location, given the chance to do so. Say if we were, given running out of time and the car was going to be in another city or whatnot, I'd probably just stop it and go from there. Wait for backup. It all depends on where we stopped it, how it, if the car actually pulled over. A lot of times stolen cars will take off, and unfortunately we can't pursue them because it's considered a property crime. It's not a crime of violence.
So those have to be executed a certain way.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are stealing cars to commit other crimes, so they're not just stealing a car because they need a new car for the day. They're stealing a car so they can either go do a shooting, robbery, commit larcenies, what have you, other crimes. So they steal the car so they're not detected.
They don't need work transportation.
No, they're not stealing to go to work.
All right, folks, again, we are just underway. It's Juan and the Paisan. Cranston PD Live on this Friday night. And there was, without getting too much, but there was some incident with some motorcycles a little earlier. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Without getting into too much detail.
Yeah, so we are dealing with a new motorcycle group that is considering, they consider themselves their home in Cranston now.
Oh boy.
It's not like those dirt bike kids or ATVs.
No.
Those aren't even a real group. They're just something else. But this is like a real motorcycle club. We're trying to monitor them and monitor any of their rivals, so we can deter any type of criminal activity and deter any type of violence. So far, so good.
Is that something where the department maybe makes contact to just, have lines of communication, so to speak?
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Keeping communication with the group to express our concerns and whatnot, and what we can do to deter any type of violence occurring to them. There's obviously a lot of other tactics and a lot of other investigative techniques that will be used to keep a lid on it, if you will. We'll take a ride by later.
Okay. But we'll take a ride by later. Sons of Anarchy have come to Cranston. Look at that. Everybody wants to move to Cranston.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, I don't know. It's a desirable location.
It is.
They know Juan's out.
That's right. All right, folks, Friday night.
Just out from the ice strength of Mass, 2 Lincoln Victor George, 1-1.
Folks, just 8 o'clock in the east. You're watching Cranston PD Live. It is Juan and the Paisan riding along with Sergeant Cardesi. I want to give a special shout out Massachusetts State Police watching tonight. Been watching.
Go for it.
What's the Walpole Police?
Hold on, we're clear.
Too many shout outs to get to. But we'll mention them as the night goes along. Again, you can always type in where you're watching from. Type in someone's name, that'll notify them. And then you can always share as well. This will be, you can watch this on YouTube later, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. It's been a very spring-like day here in the Northeast.
So recently we had an issue with people going through the cars here while people were either shopping or working out. So I like to come through here, show police presence, see if there's anybody suspicious, you know, anybody loitering for no reason.
That sometimes people leave their vehicles unlocked.
Yeah.
That's fine.
S10.
Make a dispersal in front of Royal Buffet. Car in the fire lane. Silver Toyota.
In the file.
Yeah.
And the signs everywhere. I don't understand if they can't read it.
Yeah. All right, you can't park here, right? Yeah. Yeah, you got it? Yeah. Okay. All right, have a good day, my friend.
Myself, 3 and 4. Going over to 441, 4 again. The other half of it, 24-hour domestic, pardon, and notified.
Seven, go to 3.
On 3, sir.
What's the 20 of that 10 pickup?
441 Doric and Antonio Escara. We're going to be behind up the fair.
All right, I'm gonna come over there with you guys.
10-4-4.
All right, we're gonna go attempt to pick somebody up on a 24-hour domestic charges. S10. Dispersal made 10-8. I'll be over to 441 Doric.
10-4.
Unfortunately, with the warm weather, people just they lose their mind. They think that, they make their own rules up and stuff.
That was not a parking space.
No, not a parking space. But I want to go and grab this person on the domestic, so just want to disperse them. So what we're going to do is meet with the officers that we're going to respond over to this address with, go over what the charges are that we're going to be attempting to pick this person up on. So what happened was one of the officers investigated a walk-in complaint, and based upon the investigation, she developed probable cause for an arrest for the individual that we're going to go try to locate. Because it's a domestic violence related offense, you could pick the person up within 24 hours without a warrant. After 24 hours, you have to apply for a warrant to make the arrest.
People are noticing we're not using lights and siren. Is that by design, so we don't want to tip anyone off?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, the stolen car, you don't want to. I didn't want to use lights and sirens because I want to locate it first and then,
Sure.
try to come up with a spot to stop them.
I think people assume always just go into lights. That's not the case.
No. There's different reasons we use lights and sirens. Obviously, emergency situation where we have to get somewhere, in a second, then yeah, we'll use lights and sirens. But there's certain calls that require a certain amount of tactics and stuff. If we went lights and sirens everywhere, we're giving away. People are going to know that we're coming after them. And it's sometimes it's just not safe. We have to have due care for the motoring public.
Especially also be going after a stolen car.
Yeah. I mean, are we allowed to go around vehicles and go through stuff without our lights on? You can. It's, depending on the tactical situation that you're involved in, you can. Is it recommended? No. Do we do it often? No. It's based upon any of the situations that we're involved in. It all comes down to tactics, safety, and what's best for the situation. We're going to a burglary at a house in the middle of the night. Not going to have our lights and sirens on. Well, in the immediate area. Maybe getting closer to the area we will.
Right.
But when we get in the immediate area, we might just come down the street without nothing on because we want to catch the person.
And that would obviously tip them off.
Yes, correct. You're correct.
All right, folks. Again, we're gonna meet up with these other officers.
Yep, we're gonna meet at a we're gonna meet up. I'm not gonna say where, but
Yeah. We don't need Nancy
know
and
if
Jane tipping them off.
yeah, I don't want this. I'm not gonna say where we're going for the event.
Hi,
either.
Nancy. Yeah, that's right.
I don't want them to call them and say, "Hey, they're coming for you." But we
The
are.
time Jane went to the house.
Yes, yes. So it's the same type of situation.
Okay. All right, we're gonna ask Jane to refrain from tipping them off. Hi, Nancy. Folks, we're on Park Avenue. Gonna meet up with these other officers. And there's a suspect that they're looking for.
So this person we are going for is usually not cooperative with police. I know that. We dealt with her many of times. Her and or him. I guess I already gave that one away.
Someone known to law enforcement.
Correct.
That's 902.
Go ahead.
Yeah, apparently Riley's just back up. Can you send me my constant officer so I can get the racial profiling?
Okay.
And we're gonna stay out of range so you can talk to them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up some
Okay.
tactical stuff.
All right, folks, again, share that you are watching. Folks, we're about to thank you for the stars, everybody, on this Friday night. It is Juan. I want to just show you the scene. So here you see we have the Cranston police meeting up right now, set up a plan, and they're going to look for the suspect. Again, folks, share that you're watching. It's Friday night. It is Juan. We're with Sergeant Corbasi, an individual. They're going to go, and they're going to see how that's going to go, where they're going to apprehend the individual. You can see, so we have 3 Cranston police vehicles right here, and then Sergeant Corbasi as well. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Again, it is Cranston PD Live. Thank you for the stars. That's your way to show that you support and enjoy the programming. Okay, here we go.
All right. So this person might run. So you ready? I hope you get your running shoes.
Oh yeah.
That's 910.
10 for me.
That's done. We'll be pulling up to the residence.
Appreciate it.
So 2 people men on the door.
For me.
There's some people watching. It's very nice.
We kill all the lights so it...
Good, for me 10-8.
10 for me.
coming right up. do this.
How you doing?
No, my dog's fine. What's the problem? You're just trying to steal everybody. What's going on? Can we talk to you away from the dogs? Yes. Yeah. What's the problem? No, please.
What's going on?
I know, that's crazy. Why are you
What's going on? I'm upstairs.
I'm sick.
We want to speak with them away from the dogs.
You're scaring the shit out of me.
Come over here.
I'm talking to you. I want to know what the problem is. Listen, what is the issue? Oh my God. Please, what is the problem? For what? How am I? Whoa. How do you have me on video? How do you have me on video?
Don't resist.
No, hold on. No, how do you have me on video?
Relax.
Hold on, no, you can't do this.
Why?
Ow!
We're just holding your arms. That's it.
Please stop.
Holding your arms.
Ow, man! Please, you're not even talking. Are you serious? Can you show me some proof? Can you please show me something before you do this to me? You really cannot show me some proof? What are you doing?
Ask her for some truth.
Whoa, what's the... Whoa. What are you... Whoa. I need to see... Please, can you show me... What are you talking about? What are you... Yo, officer, chill, relax. Relax, though. I don't even have to shoot the penalty out of my house. Can you relax a little bit? Please. Yo, can you relax just a little bit? All right, but slow down, man. You got me fucking bent over. Officer, yo, you are not even explaining nothing to me. How can you even come to my house and do this? How can you do this? Yo, how can you do this? Officer, how can you do this? How can you do this, though? How can you just come to my house and rip me out of my house like that? Yo, what is wrong with you? Are you crazy? Yo, what is wrong with you? Come on, yo, are you serious?
We weren't going to sit and argue with you with dogs right now, okay?
Come on, with a little
Okay.
dog, sir.
I don't care.
Officer,
We're not going to sit
you're
and
not
argue.
even explaining nothing to
You
me.
also
have a no contact order with
with your mother.
No, I do not.
You do. Get
No, I
in.
do not. You need to check that because that's not right.
You're going to the police station. We'll talk to you at the station. Just get in, all right?
Give me my fucking shoes.
Why don't you calm down and we'll give you your shoes.
Give me my fucking...
Right on.
All right. I'll follow you. Grab them.
He doesn't want to fill out anything. I already texted her. He said he doesn't want to do nothing. I know.
All right. Good job.
Thanks, baby. All right.
Just Jay and thing send me non-compliance. We'll do non-compliance.
Okay.
Folks, share that you are watching. You're watching Cranston PD Live. Now we'll hear exactly from Sergeant Corvisi.
Good info, guys.
Told you, less than cooperative.
Forcing it. Boys, you did 10-8, you're following also.
It's also Officer Andrea, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Not a smart person to pull away from. I don't know if you ever saw the size of Mr. Andrade, but
what can you tell us about that?
so he was wanted for a violation of a protective order, a restraining order, which is originated from a domestic violence related incident. Okay. The whole incident was captured on video. Like I said earlier, based upon the officer's investigation, they developed probable cause to arrest this subject, which we are able to do under the 24-hour domestic rule, under the Domestic Violence Prevention Act. So we went there to go arrest him. He came to the door. So obviously the wanted subject's there. There was 2 dogs there.
Yeah.
1 or 2 dogs.
Aggressive dogs.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to play around. We're not going to. That's not the place where we don't feel comfortable. You know, he's holding the door slightly open. We're not going to go back and forth. I don't know if he's got a artillery behind him or he's there with his mother. We're not going to play that game. And I don't expect my officers to do so either. So we, after trying to get him to come out, he refused to do so. So we went and grabbed him, placed him in custody. He was informed that he was wanted for a violation of no contact order. It also was revealed through checks that he also has a no contact order with his mother, who's at the residence. He's not supposed to have contact with her, so he's going to get charged with 2 counts of violation, no contact order. He slightly, I would say he was trying to pull away. I wouldn't say he was trying to fully resist. He didn't really get a full attempt to, so.
Seem to be well executed, all the officers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so what we did was establish a perimeter to make sure he didn't flee, not give him that option, and if he did, we would have just pursued him on foot and grabbed him.
And what will happen now?
So now he is going to be considered an alleged violator of the terms of his bail or probation. So he's going to be held pending an arraignment, and then he will go to the ATI for the weekend and wait for the next court appearance in person at Kent County Courthouse.
And he'll be processed now back at the Cranston Police.
He'll be processed there. We've dealt with him many of times. He's never usually cooperative, so it actually went smoother than I anticipated.
There was another individual inside?
Yeah, that was his mother.
Okay.
That was his mother. Who I've dealt with. She's a very nice lady. She understands.
Tough situation.
Yeah.
All right. Again, folks, good evening, everybody. Friday night. Thumbs up for the Cranston Police, everyone watching.
203, go to 3.
1-3, sir.
Hey, when you're done, can you just throw those cuffs in my, put them on my desk?
Yep, 10-3.
We're down to 1 pair of handcuffs right now, so we can't get too crazy tonight.
Wait a minute. Can you just touch on? I would imagine that would have could have gone a completely different way if just one officer had showed up, try to pull that off.
Yeah. So, if one officer showed up, he probably, if he did answer, he probably would have slammed the door and ran back in, or, he could have took off. He could have looked, saw there was one officer that took off. I think, understand that we were all there, saw the lights flashing. We were looking at different, I had my flashlight looking in one side. Officers have them in the other side, so that's what I mean. It's a tough situation, but you want to always have the upper hand and be tactically and safe and sound. Like I said, I've dealt with him before. I have never known him to carry firearms or anything like that. However, nothing says that today he had a bad day, and if he had just come to the door, we'd say, hey, listen, we'll talk to you outside. We'll handcuff you away from your mother. We'll let you grab shoes. We'll even walk through your house with you. You want to grab some stuff. But we're not going to let him go back into the house after you had just already done what you did.
Folks, we're on Park Avenue.
You gonna be tied up much longer? 10-3 a little bit. 10. 209. $1050 J1 214 Heather Street.
There's the crowd. There's the watch party.
You got your own fan club.
Oh, come on. They're fans of yours. Folks, too funny. Thumbs up, everybody at Ted's. Having a Cranston PD Live watch party. Also, make sure somebody buys Ashley Carvacia cocktail. That is well highway. How about that?
That is awesome.
It is funny. Well, it's about time. People need to show support for law enforcement. All right, folks, here we go. Friday night. Thumbs up for everybody at Ted's. And everyone else that's tuning in. A special shout out, New York State Police watching tonight. Also, all the police in West Palm Beach. They want to thank all the Rhode Islanders that behaved themselves, that were there during the wintertime. And also Hollywood, Florida, Miami, Florida. Special shout out to Johnny Caprio down in South Beach. Folks, also thumbs up Judge Caprio, big fan of the program.
Joe 7.
Speaker Joe Sacacci.
7.
Ending mileage 726, 34.9. Heading out of please.
Alpha. Let's see, does she need somebody back there? 3 and 4 on the lane. 44.
Folks, also, I want a special thank you to Boston Police. One of them somehow got tipped off I might attend the Celtics game. They were going to meet me en route, give me an escort to the game.
Awesome. That is awesome.
But I was not attending the Celtics game last night. But they're still very nice at Boston Police.
Absolutely.
So it was a big win by the Celtics. So, folks, again, good evening on this Friday night. It is Juan and the Paisan, episode 20.
Jeez. How about that? Time flies, man. Having fun.
I also just want to alert everyone. I think we're going to settle in on Friday nights. Seems to be a good time. And then we'll figure it out when Sergeant Gravesi is working or not working and so forth, and we'll work around it. But you got to be happy with the way your crew handled it. And I noticed most important was just get him in
just
the
grab
car.
His hands, grab the hands, because if the hands are free, you don't know what the hands can grab or do.
Yep.
So that's my biggest concern, and they did a great job. S10.
That's done.
G5 Cranston Grant, Tom X-ray 439.
10-4.
I don't know what they... Yep, you're getting pulled over.
How are you? Hey, do you have a license on you and paperwork for your vehicle? Well, no, you pulled out in front of the car. You were blocking the lane of travel, and you have no lights on either.
My car today, I forgot to turn it on. They turn it off for 1 day.
So you're not used to that?
No.
Okay. Do you have your license with you? Yeah, no worries. I understand. Trust me, I do.
I can, if you want, my house is...
No, I believe you. I really do. I just want to see your license to make sure it's valid, and I'll have you on your way. You're just going to turn your lights on, okay?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of forget my...
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back with you, okay?
All right, folks, now we'll find out with Sergeant Gravesi.
Nice woman, older woman. She thought that her lights were on the automatic setting, which happens often. But sometimes when somebody's driving without their headlights on, it's sometimes an indicator of alcohol impairment. So, or it can be an indicator of somebody stealing a vehicle. If somebody steals a vehicle they're not familiar with, they won't know how to turn the lights on.
Chris, we're going to step away just for a moment. Again, you're watching Cranston PD Live. It is Juan on this Friday night. Folks, thank you for all the stars, your way of showing your appreciation for this original live stream programming. Make sure you follow the page. You can subscribe. And the stars help us continue our great coverage. Let's see what happens.
Be careful, okay? Keep those headlights on and be careful driving, all right?
Sorry.
No worries. Have a great night, okay? I understand. I know. It's the newer cars, right? Have a great night.
How many times someone no lights on? That could be someone impaired.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So, you know, when you're impaired, you kind of lose your motor function and your ability to think and process information gets distorted. So,
How was her demeanor?
oh, very nice. She's just an older woman. She didn't realize that her setting was on the auto setting, and I get that.
No attitude?
No.
Wasn't giving you any lip?
No. Very, very nice woman. She's awesome. I like to see that. I'd rather see that more than anything.
People run into that sometimes. A newer vehicle, they're not sure of the lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's not today.
Careful.
Folks, again, good evening, everybody, on this Friday. You're watching Juan on the Paisan, Cranston PD Live. We are riding with Sergeant Court AC, Cranston, Rhode Island. I want to give a special shout out to the Dallas Police Department. I've got the nicest note from them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they are fascinated by all the Italian names. But I don't take offense to that. They didn't mean it that way. Very nice.
You gotta talk to my captain, Captain Carnavale.
Yeah, that's right. Or Padalano.
Yeah.
How's the battle been with the, there's a light out, driving cannabis?
It's an ongoing issue.
Yeah.
I know I spoke with you about it before. We haven't really come across too many people smoking and driving. I mean, I haven't actually. I haven't come across anyone smoking and driving, but I'm sure it happens.
209.
9 allowance.
Careful.
Not the most tactful way to do things, but
Just stop you because you got a headlight out and you got the rear plate light out, okay?
That's 10.
G5538165 in the back seat.
Folks, again, you're watching. This is Sergeant Corvesi. You can see the front light is out right there.
Good.
J1538165.
That's good.
Good.
Goes back to a Kelly LaBegue. Date of birth is 1/21/75. 87 Indian Run Trail, Smithfield. 2011 Nissan Colasol. It's active. Active license. Negligence.
Received, thank you. I'm not going to hold you up here, all right? I just want to let you know that you got a headlight out and your plate light's out. Okay? So,
Yeah, I just actually,
I know you seem a little nervous.
well, I just discovered that the light was out and I knew I was going to get pulled over.
Okay.
I'm like,
all
that's just figures.
That's why you pulled in here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was like,
I figured that. I saw you driving in here. I'm like, okay, I get it. All right, just get that taken care of, all right? Because it's got to be illuminated, especially in the nighttime, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
All right.
All right,
thanks.
good luck, okay? Don't forget your purse.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
And back.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah.
No shoes on either.
So I probably wouldn't have even pulled her over, but I saw that she took a quick turn as I turned around.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to see why, but she was obviously nervous about her plate light. She had no history, nothing on her.
She seemed to be in socks as well.
Yeah. But no, she had flats on.
Oh, all right.
I thought
she was going to try to make a run for it.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. Black flats with black socks. That's 10-8. That wasn't the ideal tactical situation, but I was trying to get her as she turned to get behind her, and then I think I misjudged her. I didn't think she was going to turn around, do a loop. Well, make do what's due.
Have you encountered sometimes someone that does make a run for it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Just remember, anytime that happens, you're in a car and you got to run after somebody, make sure you put the car in park.
Okay.
Take the keys. Take the keys so they don't take you.
You know, right across Route 10 is Niantic Avenue.
Yeah, actually, we're going to go check that out right now because there's been some issues with parking going on over there from these. So I'll show you when we get over there. But for some reason, a bunch of tractor-trailer trucks from different companies decided that's going to be their parking lot, and a lot of the neighbors and people have complained to the Constituent Affairs Office with City Hall. There is 2-hour parking allowed there. I think they park there all night and they get tickets, but they don't care because they think the tickets are cheaper than wherever they would park.
Sure. It was also the scene of the altercation with the ATVs and the Providence police.
Yes. But it's good that they're taking a strong stance on the ATVs and all that stuff. As they should. It's a nuisance to society.
Yep. But one thing that stood out was, in that apprehension, he would not show his hands to the police officers.
Oh, really? I mean, I honestly didn't even watch it.
They're on the they're on
I've
the
been in those
website.
situations with them. I've dealt with it. I've seen some of the people I worked with deal with it. They're not riding around because they want to park. That's such a fallacy.
Can you just touch on the if you're the officers and he kept keeping his hands underneath him, it certainly opens up the possibility he's trying to reach for a weapon of some kind.
Well, you always think that, at the end of the day, just like anybody else, we're human. We want to go home. I have kids. All the guys we work with have kids, family. So you think the worst case scenario in these situations, it's somebody's reaching underneath them where their hands are concealed towards their waistband. Oh, geez, they might be reaching for a gun. You don't. Unfortunately, we're human. So you want to go home at the end of the day. You just think these things. Yes, sir. I did. He said he would be there after dinner. This gentleman that we just brought in might be a violator. I just. No worries. Can you just tell 3 and 4, 203, 204, they do non-comply. I'll approve it. I'll do all that stuff. All right. Thank you. Bye. Actually, maybe they got the hint. I don't see any really. Unless they're down further. There's one. Wow. It looks like they got the hint.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out here enforcing it pretty hard. I towed one of the trucks last week, one of these big rigs.
Oh.
And I guess they got the hint, so that's good.
Good.
Oh, maybe not. There's 2 of them right there.
Yeah.
It's better than what it was.
Jonah.
Hi.
I'll take an AC, copy plate, can you show me a route G13 on a G right?
Okay.
I guess they decided to move over here, so here they all are now.
Oh, wow.
They all just parked. That side's Providence.
All right, so that's a nuisance for the neighborhood.
Yeah, so all those big rigs are just parking over here. Obviously we enforce one street and they move to the next. So seems to be a growing issue, specifically in that area.
Are they sleeping in those vehicles? Or?
No. I think they live. So I spoke to a few of the guys that drive them. They were very nice guys. They live in Providence, and they were like, "There's nowhere for us to park in Providence, so we just come park over here." And I asked them. I said, "What about the tickets? You guys don't mind the tickets?" And they're like, "No, I mean,
it's cheaper than."
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, all right. I mean, it's kind of like I guess a loophole, if you will. Check the Garden City area out a little bit, see what's going on down there.
Now, we also saw you in Edgewood. Has that situation calmed down with the
house
shrine? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there was obviously some issues with the bikers over there because of what had occurred, which was very tragic and unfortunate. But that's pretty much eliminated now.
So it was tough in the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightfully so. I mean, we have really gotten any calls for ATV activity, which is good. I wonder how Providence is doing with the implementation of that new task force.
We'll get a better idea when the weather really flips.
Absolutely.
It's been a little chilly. Cranston's back to a zero tolerance.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a strong stance against it from the beginning, and you know, our the mayor and you know the council and all our command staff, our chief, they're all you know for the correct basically implementation of any no tolerance against those ATVs. Within reason, we can't pursue, but we have different ways that we can apprehend and enforce it, and we have been. Just, I believe, last or 2 weeks ago, there was a small group that were driving up by Plainfield Pike over there, and they tried to take off on one of the officers. So the officers did a loop and went around and waited for them, located one of them, and we ended up making an arrest and seizing the bike.
Wow.
For city forfeiture or destruction. So, yep, definitely zero tolerance on it. Just because it's a quality of life issue. I'm a city resident. I don't want to see that stuff, and I know many of the city residents don't want to drive down Reservoir Ave, Garden City, see these bikes doing whatever they think is normal.
Broad Street.
Yeah, it's not normal behavior. When you buy a dirt bike, you know that it's a dirt bike, which belongs in the dirt.
Not on the city streets. So arrest made, folks. Thumbs up for Cranston Police on the arrest made. And that is different than the biker gang that is now arrived in the city.
Yeah, so the biker gang that's decided to move to the city is, they're going to be more quiet on the streets. They're not going to be like the dirt bikers and ATVs. They're not going to be showcasing themselves on the streets because they don't want to bring attention to themselves. But what we do have to worry about is retaliation or rival gangs and bringing in violence to the city.
You know who the leader of the gang is, or?
We do. We have a great idea of what's going on with that. We have
Clay or Jax?
We have we have an intelligence analyst that has been awesome, and he's gathered a ton of information, and we work well with the Fusion Center and other state agencies, and I think we have a good handle on it.
Folks, again, good evening on this Friday. You're watching Cranston PD Live. It is Juan. We're riding with Sergeant Corvesi right now on Reservoir Avenue. It's clear and dry out. Actually, a nice spring night. Remember, share that you are watching. You can also type in someone's name that should notify them if you want them to know.
206.
Okay.
109 Woodbine for a disturbance.
Well,
2 right that way.
All right, folks, here we go.
Perfect.
Here to Woodbine.
male half is taken off headed towards Park Avenue. Gray sweatshirt, red sneakers.
Disturbance. Male subject fleeing right now.
Definitely call up.
Definitely.
So we're getting close, so that's when I use my siren instantly. I don't want to obviously give it away that we're coming, but we're still going to use it to alert people.
202. Okay. I gotta reroute you to another disturbance. It's being called in by an 11-year-old. Called 911 saying mom and dad are fighting. That's also okay. 362 North of Street. We're going to go off on them, keep going over the point. Yeah, you can go to Woodbine. S10, can you go with 2 to North of Street?
10-3 S10. We're getting routed.
That's it, I'm stopping that way as well. Fire remain that way.
5 feet clear.
Car's going in north of the male half, male left. Going for information.
Six north along Woodbine.
That's it, you can go 10 8. Proceed.
I'm Center City from Alpha.
I got a third disturbance, just came in. 701 Park Avenue, male and female.
That's it, every shoot up.
4-6 is all section, yeah, 701 Park Avenue.
5 out at it, man.
It's calling physical, male and female.
204. 1. Park Magnolia, disturbance.
That's the one, 701 Park Avenue just came in.
6, I'm with him.
That's 10 amount.
3-6.
6, attention.
What's going on? Mom here? Hi. Is anybody else here? Okay. Hi. What's going on? Okay, why did you say that? Just you guys here? The two little ones? Okay, what's going on?
It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
Just take a deep breath. Okay. You can take as long as you need.
Do you want to talk to the officers separate? I'll occupy the children.
Well, he does it in front of them, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay. What happened tonight?
He's like, so he smokes a lot of marijuana in the cartridge, I don't know, the oil thing.
Yep.
And it's like he's in a psychotic stage. Like he hasn't been diagnosed, but I swear he's like in some mental
Like
thing.
an undiagnosed mental health issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone is his enemy. Everyone's against him. And he's driving me crazy, like with my job. I'm an RT. And he's like, oh, you work with men. This is like the new thing. You work with men. And it's just, he calls me all kinds of names. And
Like
he
in a
just,
controlling manner?
yes,
Okay.
and he doesn't leave me alone. And he keeps going and going and going.
Okay.
So the incident tonight, the reason why we're here, was it a verbal argument between you guys?
Yes.
Did it ever get physical?
No.
He didn't push you, shove you, anything like that?
No.
So
It's
there's-
just like he makes me feel like he hates me, and I'm like, please, can you leave? And he won't leave. He's like, I'm gonna call people at your job, and I'm gonna make you lose your job.
What made him leave tonight?
Because no, we were arguing, and then he left, but he'll come back.
Okay.
But I called last Sunday, I think, and they said to record him when he's arguing, but I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, he's just.
Alright, well, I'm going to take a report and document everything that you told us, okay?
Is there anything we could do to help the situation right now? Or I know this isn't like going to be an immediate fix, but
Can you guys call him and tell him that his son called you
Absolutely.
guys and I need to stop?
I'm going to get all that information from you. I'm going to get your information, I'm going to get his information, and I'm going to get Dad's phone number. That way I can speak with Dad. If he comes home later tonight, are you going to feel safe once he's cooled off? Or if he comes home, are you going to feel like you're walking on eggshells? Are you going to be nervous?
No, I'll feel fine.
have you guys ever had any physical incidents before or anything like that, or has it just remained verbal?
Verbal.
Okay.
We've been together since forever, but
And I get it, like people when you're in a relationship you have arguments and stuff, but when it escalates,
this is
especially when
going
the kids are
crazy, yeah.
And I get it, you got two little ones, so
if you can tell him like
Absolutely.
that he can go get help or
yeah.
Sure. Is it alright if I just grab your names and stuff? What's your name, ma'am?
Jessica
What's up, dude?
Cepeda.
Just.
CEPED.
All
right, folks, we're going to step out just for a moment. Again, you're watching Cranston PD Live. It is Juan. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're going to give Sergeant Corvisi and the other officer a chance to talk to everyone with this domestic situation. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. As you can tell, folks, that is difficult, what she is going through. Just do a quick, here we go. Here is Juan. Folks, again, thumbs up to Cranston Police. You can hear they're trying to remedy the situation, make sure the woman is not in harm's way. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. So let's see what's going to happen here. We'll let them get that pertinent information. Again, I want to thank everyone so generous with the stars. It helps us to put on this type of programming. You're watching Cranston PD Live. Again, I want you also to notice the manner in which the police are speaking to the, it was actually an 11-year-old that called. We'll hear from Sergeant Corvisi about that. And then the calm, reassuring manner of which the officers are speaking to this particular mother, and you can see the young kids in there. So we'll give them a little space and privacy. And difficult for the 11-year-old. I want to remind everyone, all episodes, let's find out.
So it was a domestic-related disturbance or argument between husband and wife. I guess the husband may think that she's being unfaithful in the end of the day because she had gotten a text message and she was actually just on her phone reading. You often see this when a male becomes controlling or selfish in a situation. But she told us there was no indication that anything was physical, no markings, the house wasn't in disarray or anything like that. She was straightforward with us, indicating that it was a verbal argument. Then nothing has ever become physical with him in the past, but she's concerned for him because he acts erratic like this. So we're going to try to make contact with him. The other officer inside is going to try to make contact with him, grab his side of the story, just elaborate to him that, hey, you got two little ones. You guys got to cut. If you ain't working right together and you're not, you guys don't think this could work out because of the little ones, then you might have to call it quits. And hopefully this situation can be rectified where the kids don't have to call police again. The little one pulled me aside and was talking with me. He's a very sweet little boy, just saying that he doesn't like when his parents argue. So
he was the one that called 911.
Correct, yes. Very nice little boy. But this officer is going to document the incident, and obviously we can keep track of if we've come to this house for domestic-related issues, or if it gets out of hand, we can forward it to our domestic violence advocate. If it doesn't ever lead to an arrest, hopefully it doesn't. We want to avoid that. We don't want to see people get arrested, especially when there's kids involved. So, but for now, we're going to head on out and go to whatever's waiting for us.
Okay. Folks, again, that is Sergeant Corvisi. Nice of that little boy.
Very, very nice little boy.
That's tough.
That's 10.
That's 10.
Verbal only. 2 is going to remain on scene. I'll be 10-8.
10-4.
I told you, once the summer starts hitting and gets weather nicens up, it gets busy. It seemed like 3 disturbances came in all at once.
Can you touch on what it's like? I mean, that's tough that the children are then so fearful that they call 911.
Yeah, and they do the right thing. You don't want to, it's tough, when you speak to the kids about it, you want to kind of shield them away and not really explain too much in front of them, but they're, kids are like sponges, so they take everything in and they'll give you the best information about how it occurred. So you kind of, it's a fine balance. I have kids. The other officers have kids. Most of us do. Yeah. So it really...
Hunter and Talia.
So it when you take that, sometimes I've been in calls where I see my own kids involved. Like, I feel like it's them, and it definitely hits home. So, but at the end of the day, our goal is to make sure everybody's safe and protect them at all costs.
She seemed at wit's end.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something that they can rectify, but if it's going to continue like that, best bet might be to go separate ways. But I'm just there to make sure that she's safe, make sure if any arrests have to be made or anything like that. can't give any really relationship advice because I'm not in their situation.
She mentioned she thinks he needs counseling. And Sergeant, there's a lot of mental health issues today.
Yeah, and she was saying that the other gentleman involved, smokes a lot of marijuana, so she thinks it might be playing a part. So, could either do that, it could just be controlling.
Transporting this adult female from this location to 109 Woodbine. Also.
That was the other call, Woodbine.
Yeah, so it seemed like there was a disturbance at Park Avenue, and it was related to the call on Woodbine Street, which was another disturbance. So it seemed like, you know, those two disturbances were intertwined or related somehow with the same people.
Do we know were they able to apprehend the individual involved?
There was no arrest made that I have heard yet, but they're still on scene. Looks like we have a few units on scene on Park Avenue with the third disturbance that came in.
Negative 0.1.
A lot of the calls we get for disturbances actually end up being mental health related. You know, somebody's having a breakdown or what have you, and it's actually a mental health related call, and the people just need help. So.
202 Council.
I got the other half on the line, Randy. Do you need to speak to him at all?
10-3, does he want me to call him or can I meet him somewhere?
Stay by.
Sounds like the little boy did the right thing by calling.
He left. He's at his sister's house, but I got his phone number. Let me just chat it to you.
10-3, thanks.
That's a tough situation. He doesn't like when mommy and daddy are fighting.
Yeah. Yep.
Little 11-year-old calling 911.
Nice little boy.
Yeah. But he did the right thing.
Yep.
Sergeant, what do you recommend in situations like that seem escalating and family is involved?
I mean, it's not... people have relationship issues sometimes, right? And if you're in a relationship or a marriage and you're going to get into an argument, the best bet is to, if you're going to have a minor, you know, argument, it's allowed. People have arguments, you know what I mean? But do it away from the kids. Do it away from the kids. Do it in a civil manner, or just try to talk civilly. You know, be adults about situations. Talk civilly, talk out your issues, and try to work it out. Because when you get the kids involved, that's a whole nother ball game, and things could just escalate, and it's really a recipe for disaster. One of my biggest things is like stuff involving kids. I hate when kids see stuff like that. I hate when kids are involved. Just a couple of weeks ago, I made an arrest a couple of weeks ago actually for a gentleman left his kids in the car for over an hour. Oh. It was 88 degrees out, and the windows were rolled up and the car was off. So I hate things that involve kids. I do not like it. If I can make an arrest, I will make an arrest.
What was his reasoning for having them in the vehicle like that? Was there a reason?
There was really no reason. He was from new to the United States.
Oh, okay. Foreign land.
Yeah, so he didn't see something wrong with it, but it was that hot day. It was 88 degrees out.
Wow.
Yeah. I opened the doors for the car, and the kids were sweating red, and that stuff that bothers me.
I'm unfamiliar if that's a custom in another country.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the country the person was originally from doesn't have normal rules on. It just drives me nuts.
Actually, what's in a podcast?
Folks, again, we're right at Park and...
Is it hanging down there?
Parking out.
Negative.
Good evening, everyone. Again, you're watching Cranston PD Live. Remember, if you've missed any of some of the other episodes, they're all on demand on depetro.com, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. Many featuring Sergeant Corvisi. You said it, Sergeant, as it gets warmer, things start to get happening. Now also, if we get like a 100-degree day in August, things tend to...
Oh yeah, you'll see disturbances go up, people are just arguing, making race, everything.
208. Friday. G5 on Cranston Street in front of Dunkin' Donuts, Sam, Ida 488. 10-4. 12-4. 12-4. Taking off for that, we'll both be out there.
Was there a language barrier of any kind?
Definitely. You want it to be the first one or the second one?
Children in the hot car?
Just do the first one. Both of you. 10-4.
Stuff like that, DUI with kids in the car, like those are just, you don't, obviously any child abuse or neglect or anything like that.
Have you done one of those where you have to do a DUI and there's a child in the back seat?
I've been involved in a few, yeah.
Wow.
And both of them were during the daytime, which even drove my mind even crazier.
Wow. That must be frightening for the child.
Yeah.
It's highly dangerous.
It just makes you think, if they did it at that time, how many other times have they done it?
Right. And the child has no choice. Did the child notice that mommy or daddy was like all over the road?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they noticed. We try not to let the kids know that what's going on. Yeah, like if we're gonna arrest, even with the gentleman with the kids I was telling you about, I arrested last week or week before. I took him away from the kids and I arrested him behind the car. Not just because of what he did. I don't want to ruin the kids.
Sure. That image.
Yes.
Also saw Mayor Hopkins seemingly putting his foot down with some of these encampments.
Yeah.
Property.
It's unfortunate. You wish there was unlimited resources for people to go and stay that are in need or are homeless, but I really don't remember this being an issue before COVID. I really don't. No. I never saw tents like this. Yeah. The way that it popped up.
Popping up like this.
Yeah. And I think...
And they multiply. 1 leads to 5.
Yeah. Like they had them at the State House. Like, I don't understand and I get it. There's a crisis with the housing and homelessness, and I'm so understandable about that situation, but...
The mayor was saying there was some at Fay Field.
Yeah.
And then at Chapel View.
Yeah, there was a few there, Chapel View, along the bike path, and...
Wow.
It's a very unfortunate situation. Very, very unfortunate situation, but at one point you got to say, we're also trying to attract business. We're trying to attract homeowners.
Quality of life. People in the neighborhood.
Yeah, if you pay good money for a house, you want to enjoy it, and I don't know.
Not have that.
No, it's just, it's unfortunate, it really is. There's no great answer for the scenario.
But Mayor Hopkins put his foot down.
Yep.
Yeah. There they are again. Folks,
Hi,
there
guys.
it is. There's the watch party. And it's very nice of the folks there. It's kind of funny how they come outside.
Yeah.
Folks,
It's like they
thumbs
know
up.
where we are.
Yes. Hi, Nancy. Just like Jane that night. Folks, again, thank you to Ted's. Looks like the watch party was a success.
Joey.
I saw a couple familiar faces over there.
Can you put me on a G9 at Burlington Coast Entry, please?
Okay.
Top.
I want to remind people again, this episode will be on YouTube. If you're watching this on replay, you can always do hashtag replay. It is also, they're all posted on depetro.com. I've had people binge over the course of weekends. It's going to be a rainy weekend. You can binge and watch episodes 1 through 19. This is episode 20. Special shout out to the New Hampshire State Police. Also Danbury, Connecticut, and Watertown Police as well, all watching.
This is where the motorcycle is.
Oh, yeah.
Motorcycle club I was telling you about. And you can see some of their bikes are out there. Nobody really here right now.
Is this it right here?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and there's some of the motorcycles. Okay, so it's on the left. Okay.
And they're called the Red Devils, and they're the #1 support group for the Hells Angels in Rhode Island.
Wow. Now, what does that mean, #1 support? Oh.
So they're like an affiliate. They're an affiliate to them. They're not. So, from my understanding is, and I might be off, but Hells Angels can recruit or get prospects or what have you from that group. Or I'm not too sure about how it works.
Almost like the minor league team,
Yeah.
like the Paw Sox.
I didn't watch
the Sons of Anarchy.
I did not watch that.
Okay.
I'm not really too familiar about that. I'm more into like the mafia movies.
Sure. But the Red Devils have arrived.
Yes.
Is that their own clubhouse?
It's their clubhouse, and they've been very quiet, and we monitor them, but like I said, they're less of as of right now, they're less of a headache than the ATV dirt bike groups.
This could be an episode. Juan goes undercover to join the gang.
You might have to get a mustache and a mullet.
Yes. Juano. Folks, thumbs up if you'd like to see that episode. Actually, I'd like to see that episode. Oh, but a thing to watch is others that may want to come in to test them.
Yes, correct. Like I said, they're not going to really have any internal issues. The biggest thing would be rivals or other gangs coming to retaliate against them or, cause issues. Maybe like I know the Hells Angels and the Pagans are having issues. So
they are. And also the Outlaws and I believe that motorcycle accident was last Friday night, fatal, on Warwick Avenue.
Yes.
I think that was motorcycle gang related.
Okay.
That's what I heard. It was unconfirmed. All right, something to watch.
This is the season for that type of activity. So.
Folks, 200 stars and I'll go undercover and try to join. That'd be a separate episode. That would be quite the one after dark. That's right. Ladybug and I are looking to patch in. Yeah. Folks, again, good evening on this Friday. You're watching Cranston PD Live. Once again, it is Juan. We're riding with Sergeant Corvisi, Cranston Police Department, Cranston, Rhode Island. I want to respond to Ethan. A new viewer was asking exactly where Rhode Island is. We are an hour south of, you can't Google a map, but an hour south of Boston. And we are about 2.5 to 3 hours north of New York City. Of course, again, you can contact me on the website and or on the Facebook page. I think we're going to settle into a Friday routine. Maybe even a Saturday night sometime.
Saturdays are good too.
Yeah. In the warm weather, it seems like
I mean,
the season.
It's just busy all the time when it's warm out, so
Yeah.
it's really hard to gauge. If we knew when crime and stuff would happen, we would
that
be
make
ready
it
for
easier?
all the time. Yeah, it'd be a lot easier, but
That's right. Folks, again, a very happy birthday to David Sammartino. Also want to thank Roberta Farrell. I want to remind people again, you can catch up on all the other episodes. They're all on demand on this page and or on the YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel, which is John DePietro Show, and also on DePietro.com, no eyes, where they're all linked right there. I want to thank, that was nice at Ted's with their watch party. Also, just a question from Sergeant Corvisi. If someone does see a drunk driver, it is good if they could, at a distance, or something, follow them a little bit.
oh yeah, absolutely, from a distance, safely. But just don't like pursue them or make them off edge where they start driving erratically because they're already impaired and you don't want them to cause a collision. Right. So just weigh good judgment in it.
Okay. Now, folks, with that, we're going to thank Sergeant Corvisi. We have arrived. We're back. The Sergeant has some various things. Folks, thank you for tuning in. Sergeant, thank you once again.
Absolutely, anytime, Juan.
All right, folks, again, thank you again tuning in, folks. It's been another edition, Cranston PD Live, and we'll be back again. Have a good Friday night.